Where do you want to go for lunch? Fazoli's? Maggiano? What about Olive Garden? Hey noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and as you know, now I live in the US and I really like living here. But we Italians can be a little sensitive when it comes to the pronunciation of our words, particularly if they're food related. And if you don't want to mess up your chance of getting new Italian friends, you must make sure to pronounce these words correctly. Alternatively, just keep doing what you're doing and eventually I'll have a heart attack. Oh my god, editing Metatron here. Advice for very professional YouTubers, aka not me. Perhaps don't scratch your nose after you've touched greasy, oily steel helmets. Yeah. Yes, I've written down a list of words and we are going to have a look at some of the menus of these Italian restaurants over here just to make sure that everything is okay. But first there is something I have to say about the name of Italian cities in English. Alright, I know this one. So, Roma is Rome, Venezia is Venice, Firenze is Florence, Napoli is Naples, Palermo is Palermo. Hold on a minute. You changed every single city in Italy, but my own town. I feel left out. I'm gonna say Palermo's from now on. Hi, yeah, I'm from Italy. Oh, where you ask? Palermo's. Hello? I'd like to make a reservation, thank you, 2 people. You got pasta, right? Wonderful. Now, before eating my pasta, I usually like having starters. What have you got? Bruschetta. 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 Hey, honey, would you like some bologna? You know, I really don't get this one. I understand that a lot of Italian words finish with N-I and are pronounced ni, like panini, Armani, but there is a G-N-A. How on planet Earth can that be bologna? Bologna, Bologna, Bologna. This town. Ah, and the sauce, bolognese. Not bolognese. Bolognese, depending on where you're from, both fine, but not bolognese. Do you feel like pizza today? Nah, I'll have a calzone. 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 Repeat after me. Calzone. 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 So, Metatron, since we are learning all these things, then how do you pronounce in Italian pepperoni? It's not Italian. If you drop 1 P, we will have the word pepperoni, but that means bell peppers. It certainly does not mean a cured meat, spicy sort of salami. Literally, go to any pizza place in Italy and ask for a pizza with pepperoni. You will get a vegetarian. And how do you pronounce pastrami then? Is that an Italian thing? Yeah, pastrami? Yeah, of course, pastrami. Every morning I get my pastrami in Italy. Pastrami is not Italian. I actually did a little research on this one, and apparently pastrami comes from the word pastrama, which is in Romanian, because it's a Romanian traditional kind of meat or cured meat that they have over there. Probably some Romanian immigrants to the United States brought this food with them and it was called pastrama, but then because again everybody was used to cannelloni and rigatoni and ravioli, then they changed it into pastrami, I think. So yeah, don't ask your Italian friends what the meaning of pastrami is, please. Ask your Romanian friends. Ask them. I actually have another thing to say about panini and cannoli. So cannoli is a typical Sicilian food. It's sort of sweet, very nice with ricotta cheese. And then panini is, sandwiches in Italy with all sorts of usually cold meats and the kind of stuff that we have in Italy. Very nice, very good. So far, so good. But then I saw an Instagrammer calling her dog cannoli. I understand that a white dog might remind you of the ricotta cheese of a cannolo. But notice what I did that. 1 cannolo. 2 or more cannoli. So it's a plural word. Generally speaking, the I in Italian at the end is plural. So if you call your dog cannoli, it's like calling him coffees. And the same for panini. You don't buy a panini, you buy a panino. Let's check out the menu at Maggiano. Now, notice what I did there. It's Maggiano, not Maggiano. We don't pronounce the I. And you might be like, well, that's just a little detail. Now, to give you my perspective, imagine me saying fruit instead of fruit, or sweet instead of soot, Maggiano instead of Maggiano. Same thing. Fruit. Okay, what have we got here? Fettuccine Alfredo. Alfredo doesn't exist. Crispy zucchini fritte. Calamari fritte. What's with fritte? Like, I don't get it. Usually it's fritti. Or zucchine fritte, calamari fritti means fried. I don't know why they put a little accent there. And an E. Italian tossed salad. Iceberg, arugula, calamata, olives, red onions, pepperoncini, Italian cheese blend, garlic, crouton, Italian vinaigrette, side, 130 calories, and entree. There's a lot of French in there for an Italian food. But I mean, yeah, that sounds quite nice. I could order that. You know, I've never had it in my life. But hey, Caesar salad. Yeah, that's good. Always want to have a reference to the Republic. Let's have a look at Fazoli's. Now, on the name Fazoli's, to be honest, I have no idea. Maybe it's a surname and I just don't know it. I've never met a Fazoli, but I suppose maybe they exist. Obviously, it reminds me of the Italian word fagioli, which means beans, like kidney beans, but then again, that would be with a G in standard, and I've actually double-checked all sorts of dialects in Italy, just out of curiosity, and usually when in dialects with an S, like Fasuol in Neapolitan, Fasuoli in Palermo, and that's not because dialects just wanted to change a G into an S, it's because in Latin it had an S. Faseolus vulgaris, Roma invicta. Let's have a look at the menu. One thing I'm noticing is that most Italian restaurants in America say lasagna rather than lasagne. In Italy, it really depends. Like in the south of Italy, people do say lasagna, but I would say in the north of Italy, maybe it's more common to say lasagne and pluralize it, but both are fine. I mean, I'm southern, so I'm okay with lasagna. Fettuccine Alfredo. Okay, good. Let's go. There. Alfredo. Spaghetti meatballs. There you go. Now, here's the thing. This is clearly Italian-American. I don't mind, you know, they take Italian food, change it so that, you know, American people will like it. I have nothing against this. Just say spaghetti. Spaghetti. In Italy, I've never eaten meatballs in spaghetti. I mean, you do use the sauce of spaghetti for the meatballs, but you eat them separately. So if you really want to impress your Italian friends, you could do that. You know, make the meatballs separately, have your spaghetti with the sauce, and once you're done with the spaghetti, bring in the meatballs. They'll appreciate. Unless they're vegans. Alright, let's talk coffee now. Okay, espresso macchiato. It's not espresso, it's espresso. There is no X. Although I have to say that in Italy, no one really calls it like that. Like when you go to Italy and you go to a cafe, which we call bar, we just order un caffè, a coffee, un caffè. That's just how we drink it. It's always espresso anyway, so don't bother saying espresso. Un espresso is kind of weird. Un caffè. And it's fettuccine, not fettuccini. Just like Versace, not Versace.